Hey everyone, welcome to Comics with Bueller. As always, I am Bueller. Today is episode 143 of the brand new Coffee and Comic Show, and as you can see, I'm not alone. I got my good friend Bob here with me. Bob, how you doing today?
I'm doing fine. How about yourself, my friend?
I'm doing good. It looks like you got a little nice new hat there.
Yeah. You know, Christmas time is here. You know, a little festive. Got the bullseye thing going on.
Right there in the middle.
You know, merch. Got some Two Brothers Comics T-shirt on. Man, I'm ready to go this year.
Selling out.
Yeah, you're darn right.
Awesome. Well, you look good, man.
Thank you. And you look good yourself. Your scarf and everything.
Scarf. You know, 2022 is going to be the year of the comfortable Bueller.
The comfortable Bueller, huh?
The comfortable Bueller. I'm buying all new clothes, comfort stuff. You know, I got these yoga pants I'm wearing right now. Dude, they're awesome.
Yeah, I see how it's going to be. He's going to get a smoking jacket.
That's exactly what I'm doing. It's on its way right now.
In that van, man.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Every time he rolls into town, the door opens, two women roll out. There he is, his smoking jacket and a pipe.
That's how we roll in the bus.
I bet, man.
Awesome. You know what? We're drinking the coffee again like we always do this morning, but we're not drinking coffee from Mocha Express. Sorry, Mocha. We'll go to you later today.
Yeah.
But we're drinking coffee from Comics on Coffee, and I made you some. So what you're drinking? I think Outbreak is not Out. It's Lightspeed.
Lightspeed.
Lightspeed is my drink of choice.
Mm-hmm.
How's your Lightspeed coffee today?
Outbreak is my favorite, but this will be one of the first times in a long time I actually had some light. As a matter of fact, since Washington State SummerCon.
Yeah.
So let me try this out.
I got like 3 bags of it.
And you know what? Their coffee is always good.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. Tasty.
And I'm drinking the same thing, and I have their mug, and I think they discontinued this mug.
Really?
Yeah, I think that this one and or maybe it's the other one, and this one's almost out. So
Really?
I got my special mug.
If they come out with new mugs, I hope they come out one with just a little bit larger.
Yeah.
Because I'd like it if 2 K-Pods could fit in one cup.
I think they are, and they also have something else coming out.
Okay, all right.
And also they have a special right now, 20% off code Christmas.
Christmas.
And so the Bueller code is only 15% off.
Right.
But you can enter Christmas when you buy stuff, and you say 20% off your coffee,
20%.
your mugs, your little things that push the thing. It's the push your thing, pushes the coffee out,
push the coffee out,
plunger thing, the K-cups, all that good stuff.
Plunger coffee, there we go.
Yeah, it's on there. It's on.
There we go.
I even watched the video on it.
I still got tons of coffee from the All Jacked Up code, man, so I'm good right now.
Oh, yeah. I'm out of I think they're sending me more stuff right now, so I'm good. All right, let's go ahead and start with the rundown of what we're going to do on the show today. It should be a fun show because we got a pretty good topic and a lot of responses to it. But we're going to start off with some announcements and thank yous, and there's some pretty cool announcements and some pretty cool thank yous. We'll go to our first 5, brought to you by Bird City Comics. We'll go to our topic, brought to you by Black Box Comics. Our topic today is what would you change about the comic book industry, whether it's a publisher level, a store level, or a consumer level. It's all up to you. What would you change about comics in general? A lot of different responses. It was a great topic, and surprisingly, never thought about this topic before.
Really?
First time in like 2 years we've ever had this thing. And, you know.
What would you do?
there it is. It was like, I was sitting there the other night, I was like, man, I need to think of a topic. That's not bad.
Yeah.
So there you go. So that's our topic today. We'll have our final 5 also brought to you by Bird City Comics. We'll have our Was It Good brought to you by Comics on Coffee. Like I said, Christmas for 20% off. That's where we review the books we read this last week when we tell you what we're going to read this week. We have our random thoughts. We'll talk about the latest episode of Hawkeye and how much we love it.
Absolutely.
And all the other news that's kind of going on as well. And that will kind of wrap up our show. So this should be a good show today.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
It's going to be a good one.
But let's go ahead and start out with some announcements and thank yous. And first off, I want to say thank you to everyone who gave us super chat last week. There was a show. I didn't even know I was live. I actually joined the Nerdette newsstand, and apparently it broadcast on my channel as well.
Really?
And I didn't know it was doing that, and I must have clicked a button when I joined her thing, because she doesn't use StreamYard, she uses something else.
Uh-huh.
And apparently people were giving me super chats, and I didn't even know I was live, so thank you to them. And thank you for the last week on the coffee episode as well, so thank you very much. Also want to say thank you to our Patreon members. Also, they've been with us for a very long time. If you want to join our Patreon, it's the price of one comic book a month, $3.99. If you think Bob's little hat's worth $3.99, if you think this little scarf is worth $3.99, feel free to join our Patreon. It does help out. Keeps the lights going and the wheels rolling.
That's right.
And this guy flowing.
Every day.
Gross. But let's go into some announcements.
Okay.
And let me just start off by congratulating you.
For what?
Congratulations for being on the winning show for best show ever.
It's awesome, isn't it?
I got the trophy right here.
And congratulations to you two as well, my friend.
You want to see that?
Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that.
You read that for me?
It says, Comic Book Community Award, Best Ongoing Series Winner.
There you go, 2021. So let's see. It's kind of small, but you know what?
It's awesome.
It's not about the size.
It's not about the size.
I don't know if it'll fit right there. Let me scoot that back a little bit. We'll put that right there. I don't know if you guys can see it. But anyway, we won this for this show, which is great. And I want to say thank you to everyone who voted. We appreciate it. Bob didn't even know we were nominated.
I didn't. I really didn't.
He didn't even know about it. And I knew about it from the very beginning. I purposely said to myself I would not talk about it on the show or try to wrangle up votes.
And you didn't.
So the whole time when we were nominated, I never said a word. I never said we were nominated. I never said anything about the awards or whatnot. And I wanted the show to speak for itself. And the show did. We won the 2021 Best Show Ever. I call it the Best Show Ever Award.
Best Show Ever Award.
Because it's the best ongoing show. What else is it? You know, and I'm going to be a little snobbish right now. I'm just going to say it.
Go ahead, my friend.
This is the best show. It is the best show. And I know it is. And it's been the best show for a long time. And the reason why is because this gentleman right here.
Oh, come on.
And it's because of you guys right there. And a little bit of me right here.
A little bit of you right there. No, forget that.
So,
congratulations to you too, my friend.
The combination of the three, okay, putting this together for 143 episodes, is what makes the best show. This is the best show. And I'm not trying to disrespect anyone else. They do some great stuff. But this is the best show.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of it. And it makes a difference. And publishers know it makes a difference. Our audience knows it makes a difference. And it's been doing that for a very long time. And it's something I'm very proud of. Unfortunately, you know, our days are coming to an end for this version of the show. And I'm very proud of it. And I'm very happy we won this award. And I felt as though we deserved to win it, to be totally honest. I'm not trying to brag or nothing like that, but I'm just saying this is the show.
Right.
This is the show. If you're going to watch a comic book show, watch this show.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
There you go. I'm just proud to be a part of this, to collaborate with you, with everybody else, and it's been one of the highlights of my life. I mean, I never thought I would have so much fun doing this, and then to have the award just goes to show everybody else thinks the same thing. So it's awesome stuff, man.
It's very cool. We also won a $100 gift certificate to
Really?
mycomicshop.com, and that is going to you, my friend.
What?
Have at it.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
You don't want any part of this?
Nah, I'm good.
Oh man.
I gotta pay you sometime, right?
You mean it wasn't the coffee?
I get to keep the trophy though.
Okay,
the trophy's coming with me, but you could have the $100
Thank you.
at my comic shop. And I just want to say thank you to Brian LCS. He's the gentleman who kind of put the awards together for everything, and a bunch of people voted. But it was his idea to come up with it. And he got sponsors like the My Comic Shop, a few others, and there's a lot of other people behind the scenes putting it together. It was going on for like 4 or 5 months, quite a long time. So we were nominated. This show was nominated. I was nominated also for a Lifetime Achievement Award, which I thought was kind of funny because it's great, but it's like, don't you win a Lifetime Achievement when you're done?
Right. Or when you've done it for your lifetime?
Yeah, so I wasn't really like wanting to win that one that much.
Yeah,
I didn't win, which I was okay with, because I'm just getting started.
Right.
I'm not done. This is my senior year or whatnot, so there you go. But anyway, it was great, and I felt pretty good. And the best thing about it, I will just say this. Reggie Simmons, great guy. Okay, me and him are very competitive. All right, he won a bunch of awards. He was nominated. And, of course, did you see his book he put out?
Yeah.
Did you see on the book, it even says on there, 4-time nominee for Comic Community Awards. I mean, he was pushing that then. He was like, come on, guys, get out there, vote.
Yeah.
So he won Lifetime Achievement. He won some other stuff. And then we were in the category for Best Show. And he was actually on the show when they were doing the thing. He's like, anyone but Bueller.
Anyone but Bueller.
Anyone but Bueller. and then sure enough, Comics with Bueller. You just saw it because he knows. And I sent him a message. I said, 4 out of 5 isn't that bad, but that one that got away, I will always be that one. I will always be that one, and he knows it.
That's great.
Sorry, Reggie. Better luck next time, pal.
I love it. You're incorrigible, man.
Yeah, that's great. He's got a hashtag, Take Down Bueller. That's his,
really?
He came up with a hashtag, Take Down Bueller.
Oh, my gosh.
Anyway, he tries. I give him credit for trying.
Give him credit. Give him credit.
What are you going to do? Anyway, thank you so much, everyone who voted. It's awesome. I'll keep that with me. I take a lot of pride in it, and love that I won it for this show. That's what I wanted to win it for this show, and I did it, and the show stood on its own, and you guys voted, and the show. So awesome. Thank you very much. Okay, let's go ahead and jump to our first 5, brought to you by Bird City Comics. I'm going to move that real quick. And you can go to Bird City Comics and then code Bueller, save yourself 10%. And Bob, you want to show your first 5?
Sure. I brought some random Something is Killing the Children books. I got issue number 16.
You should sell them.
I should sell them. And then issue number 3, I have every single one except for issue 1. And then issue number 14.
There you go.
And then issue number 6. And issue number 13. I like this cover. There you go. Something is Killing the Children, first 5.
Very cool.
All right.
I got my first 5 here, and my first one's a little different.
Uh-oh. I can see it already. Oh.
This is so weird.
My buddy Dwayne.
So, I have a shredded edition of Flash. I shredded this about 1.5 years ago.
I know you did.
I just now got it, like, 2 days ago.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and he still hasn't put the video out when I did it.
Oh,
like,
no.
This was from my first visit to Florida. Not my last visit, my first visit. So here is my shredded edition from Certified Authenticity, The Flash, number 68, shredded edition. There you go. It's all shredded and stuff. I remember doing it. I shredded a Daredevil just for you as well.
Hey, thank you, buddy.
Okay, so thank you. And the video for that, I believe, is coming out this month sometime, where me and Perry shredded some books at his shop. So be on the lookout. That's Comic Pusher.
Comic Push, yeah.
Yeah. So should be a lot of fun. I'm curious. It's been so long. I'm curious to see it. So.
Right.
And then I have just some other random stuff. Cable Reloaded #1, Rob Liefeld.
Rob Liefeld.
X-Force Kill Shot #1, Rob Liefeld. Shino Kaji #5. They sent this to me.
Yes.
There you go. Black Box Comics. Go there. Enter code Bueller10. Save 10%. You already got a copy?
I do.
Okay, that was for you.
Oh, thanks, man.
You ruined it. And then Gin Hunter #5.
Nice.
As well, another book sent to me from Black Box Comics. Thank you, Black Box, for sending me those. And Bob still buys them, even though I can just give them to him.
Hey, I got to support Black Box too, right?
There you go.
I mean, they're good to us.
Yeah. Yeah, the nice thing is they ask me, they go, hey, are you going to have a new address when you leave? I go, no, just send it to Bob.
Yeah, just send it to Bob.
So Bob just gets all the stuff that I get sent. Works out just fine.
Works out just fine.
There you go.
I had to build a cubby now for Bueller stuff.
There you go. Well, you can have it. So, I did want to mention real quick, Bird City's got a couple books that I wanted to feature here on their website. I'll pop them on screen here. Monkey Meat #1. One of their exclusives that they're doing. They're kind of doing a theme right now with the, what did I say, Goosebumps?
Goosebumps, yeah.
Those are pretty cool. And then Hell Sonia #1. I believe that's a Dynamite title as well. Both of those books look pretty good. They got a bunch of stuff on their website. This is just a couple of their newer ones. But be on the lookout. Like I said, you can go to their website and code Bueller, save 10%. And I think they still have some of the Moon Knights left, but just the trade dress ones.
Sure. But go check them out. They got a lot of great covers there.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of variants right now, so it's pretty cool. They're really dipping their toe into a lot of neat things right now. So, Bird City Comics, check them out.
Check them out.
All right, let's go on to our topic. And our topic today, like I said, blackboxcomics.net, and the code Bueller, you save 10% on all the books, like Gin Hunter and Shino Kagi, it doesn't matter.
They had a new one coming out too. I can't remember the title, but that looks really good.
It's got the lady on it.
Yeah.
She's like in the wilderness fighting animals.
That's right.
Trying to save animals.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Looks good though.
Yeah. So our topic today is, what would you change about the comic books or the comic book industry itself? Either, like I said, the publisher level, store level, anything in between, customer level, you name it. And a lot of great comments, a lot of similar things were said. I tried to grab one of each from every different topic. Like there was a bunch of stuff about the amount of variants, so I tried to pick the best one about variants. There's a bunch of stuff about SJW stuff, or woke stuff. So I tried to grab the one that wasn't like laced with profanity and stuff. To be totally honest. So anyway, this represents everyone who watches. So I mean, we try to give everyone a voice. So Bob, you were up first with chicken something.
Sure thing. Chicken. Okay, yeah.
Chicken something. Thank you, chicken something.
I would make sure DC, Boom, Dynamite, and Dark Horse and IDW all give digital comic codes in the monthly floppy titles. I collect physical comics, but I also read them digitally. I find reading them on a table is much easier to binge read than bagging and boarding and shuffling big piles when I want to read. Having a large screen tablet is almost as good as reading a physical comic. I appreciate Marvel having free codes to redeem my comics, which I do.
That's awesome. That's actually the only person who said something about the digital codes.
Really?
And I was a little surprised because that's a nice feature that Marvel has in their books, that you can read the digital codes. For the record, we've asked this. If that peel thing is off, your book is considered incomplete, and it will be marked from CGC or CBCS or whatever. So if you're curious about that, we've asked both, and they've said that, yeah, if it's not there, your book is incomplete. I don't know about exactly how much that brings down a grade, but I personally don't think it should matter.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
It's just a little peely.
It's not like it was in the old days where the coupon was in there and you had to cut it out.
Exactly.
That's different.
Yeah. And this is on an ad.
Right.
And this is and it's just a little sticker almost.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, some people want it, but how could you tell when it's sealed anyway?
Yeah, no, and I agree. When we started doing the show, a year and a half ago or whatever it was, when I came on, we talked a lot about digital, and I was very much anti-digital at the time, and I probably read more digital than I ever have.
Yeah.
There was a deal that just came out on a Humble Bundle for a manga set, and you got every single volume of Lone Wolf and Cub, every single volume of Samurai Executioner, Lady Snowblood. It was just tons of content.
Yeah.
And if you've ever gotten any of the Lone Wolf and Cub omnibuses, they're about this big and about that thick.
Right.
Very difficult to read. I had it on my tablet this week. I was loving it. So I agree with them. It would be really cool to be able to have that offered more, just to give people a choice. I think it's good.
I wonder why DC doesn't do it.
Yeah, it's a good question. I watched an interview with Jim Lee.
Did they do it at one time?
They were, as far as I know.
That's what I thought.
And I watched an interview with Jim Lee, and he talked about the digital audience was only a very small percentage, something like 4 to 6%, and maybe they've let that go. I don't know. But I haven't seen anything DC. I know I can buy it digitally.
Yeah.
Like if I go to Comixology, I can buy all my DC books digitally. But as far as buying the book and then being able to read it digitally, I don't know. I don't think
they must not see a huge amount of stuff redeemed on those codes. That's
to make it worth it anyway.
Yeah, it's a very, very small percentage. Well, most people probably, like you said, just if they want to read it digitally, probably just buy the digital book as well. But I like the fact that Marvel puts those in there. I've used them every now and then.
Yeah.
And I've given a few codes away. I think I used to give them a couple to Sam here and there, stuff like that. But
I liked it when I was doing more of the comic reviews and I was putting images up digitally. I used those codes so I didn't have to pay for it, and then I could just put the images up, and it was cool.
Yes. There you go. So DC Image, put those in there. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
You got the next one as well. This is from one of the.
All right,
this doesn't have any cuss words in it.
Okay, cool. This is from Afka NSF. He says, "I had the power to change. If I had the power to change one thing, I would remove all woke editors, managers, writers, and artists, and anyone else who wants to force their political and/or religious beliefs onto others from the industry."
There you go. So real quick, I want to say this is interesting because when I'm going through the comments, and they're all listed in order when people put them on there. Like every time I get to like a comment like this, there'll be like 3 or 4 other ones right after it, almost like somebody has a few different accounts,
Right.
But like 3 or 4, and then back to the regular stuff, and there'd be another one like 3 or 4 right below it and stuff like that. I was like, okay, it is what it is. But anyway, this was on there quite a bit, as far as woke or political agendas and all that stuff. And we actually hit on that one time. We talked about it was politics and comics and all that stuff, and we did an episode on it and our thoughts on it. My thoughts are no different than they were back then. I really don't pay attention to it. I don't pay attention enough to it to have it affect me to where I get upset enough about it.
Yeah.
And so that's just kind of how it is. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't, when I look at things and I see things, oh, they're doing this to the one of the Superman characters, I don't really think twice about it. I'm like, okay, whatever. And that's really my thoughts on it. You know, I don't really give it any more time than, okay, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And then I just move on.
Sure.
Because there's plenty of other stuff to read and to consume that I enjoy, and I might even enjoy those. I don't know. I just don't waste my time on getting upset about stuff like that. You know, I've done that before, and it never turns out good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna enjoy things and enjoy the stuff I want to enjoy.
Yeah.
And that's just the kind of the way I look at it. So a lot of people ask my opinion on that, and I don't really have a good answer because I really don't think about it that much. And I just, you know, my philosophy in life is don't be a dick.
There you go.
Don't be a dick. And I told my kids 2 things growing up. I said, stay warm and don't do drugs. I go, unless you have to take drugs to stay warm. That's my philosophy in life. And don't be a dick. So there you go. If that applies, that's how I roll.
The Bueller parenting program. I love it.
Ask them. They'll tell you. Stay warm and don't do drugs unless you have to take drugs to stay warm.
Right.
Parenting 101. And my kids are great. It worked.
Oh my gosh. Oh. Well, for myself, you know, there are times when it does hit me wrong, and I get upset for just a quick second, and then I'm done with it, and I move on.
Yeah.
You know, here recently there was the Wheel of Time series, which I really love, and they just completely subverted it with you know, a bunch of, you know, stuff that they did just for the sake of doing it.
Sure.
And I was like, you know what? No, this is not mine, and I just let it go. And so same thing with comics. If I see it, I mean, I'll just use my power of choice, and I just won't read it.
We all have a choice.
That's exactly right.
Who figures? There you go. All right, you got the next one as well.
Sure. Right. This one's from Spectral Crescent Comics. He said, I would do away with the whole graded format entirely. I get why it's a thing, and I get the monetary aspect of it, but I just feel like the hobby would be a lot more enjoyable without it. I personally prefer the tangible connection of feeling a book in my hands and being able to flip through it. Graded comics ultimately just become giant trading cards, and you can start to lose the sight of the intrinsic value of the comic itself because you become too focused on the grade and the hustle that surrounds it.
You know what? I want you to think about this because I know you grade books all the time. Mm-hmm. Would you feel, if it never came to be and there was never a grading service and never was an option, would you feel as though you're missing something? No, not at all. I don't think so.
No.
And so I understand what he's talking about, and to where it's just added to the comic thing. It's not a necessity to have, and I don't think if it wasn't there, people wouldn't enjoy comics as much as they do now. I think it would be, you wouldn't even think about it.
Sure.
You know, and if the grading system wasn't there or never happened, I think that the connection with comics would be more so like he was saying, the physical and holding it and you know and just enjoying the book itself and not worrying about is it a 9.6 or a 9.8.
Sure.
That 9.6, 9.8 worry and the disappointment you see, like I've said before, getting a 9.6 is like a bad sexual experience. Nobody wants that.
It was almost good.
You see it, they're like, it's okay. It's okay. I'm okay with that.
Right.
You get a 9.8,
Right.
Yeah. Everyone's happy.
It's true, though. It is so true.
Yeah.
We watch it all the time on videos. I'm on both sides of the fence. You know, there are certain comics that I definitely want graded because I want the highest value for the comic, whether I sell it or my kids do later on. Other comics I just don't care about. Like here lately, I've been getting a lot of Silver Age comics, and I've been really enjoying just opening them up, putting them on my desk, and then opening the pages and just remembering what it was like. Yeah. You know, to look on those pages, you know, like when I was a kid. And he's right, you can't do that with a graded comic. But at the same time, I'm glad I got that Something is Killing the Children at a 9.8 because I sure got a lot of money for it. you know, and I wouldn't have got as much if it was a 9.6. So, you know, I mean,
you wouldn't even know it would be a different price.
I wouldn't know. That's true. I mean, if grading wasn't there, I wouldn't even know about that. But the fact of the matter, it is here, and I do use it.
I know you do. He uses it. Because if you don't,
but not a lot anymore.
You lose it.
But I am really enjoying picking up a lot of these Silver Age books that I have here lately.
Nice. So. All right, I'm up now. I have Jeff Shearer.
Mm-hmm.
Shearer says my biggest gripe with the industry, other than prices, unnecessary variance, and paper quality, among others, is a lack of continuity. It drives me nuts that a character that's going through a lot, like, say, Spider-Man, can show up in another series or event with absolutely no acknowledgement of their current state of affairs. I can only imagine what new readers must think when they see Peter Parker lying in the hospital bed, tearing to death with Ben Reilly taking over in Amazing Spider-Man, but yet in non-stop Spider-Man, it's status quo. I understand what he's saying, because there's a lot of... The Marvel Universe is supposed to be a Marvel Universe and connected, unless they're doing like some kind of event that's outside of it. But it doesn't seem like they pay attention to what else is going on. Like Thor is going on right now at the same time as, Spider-Man. But, and I'm just throwing this out as an example, because I remember this at one time. It was like, Spider-Man just got the hell beat out of him, and yet he's hanging out and he's fine, or a vice versa character or something like that. And it's supposed to be in the same universe. And Marvel does that quite a bit. To where you see that, to where what's going on in that issue isn't affecting this issue at all, Thor doesn't have his hammer in Thor anymore, but he has it in Avengers.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be in the same universe, correct?
Sure.
So that seems to happen more so than it ever has before. I don't get too far into DC lore, maybe just Batman stuff. Does the Batman character right now reflect what's going on in Detective Comics or Justice League or the other ones, the other 20 titles that he's in? I don't think so.
Yeah. I think way back when Marvel and DC did it too, but I think Marvel did it better when you were reading a comic and they wanted to connect to other comics, so that you thought you had to go buy that one.
Yeah.
Right. So like when I was reading my first Avengers comic, it would say this happened in Iron Man number such and such.
Yeah,
I'm like, well, I got to get that.
I remember seeing those.
And then I'd go pick up Iron Man, and there was this whole other part of the universe that I get exposed to, and then I start buying more comics, and that's how they used to get you.
Yeah.
Right. But as far as continuity goes, I think when they look at how many readers are reading the whole universe, it doesn't make sense for them to try to have to constrain every writer with what's going on now. And because not everybody's into what happened over here with Peter Parker. So, yes, it's all connected, but this particular comic maybe 3 weeks before this particular one happened, or 3 weeks after, and they don't really care about that anymore, just because of the fact that the percentage of people who are reading everything is very small. Yeah.
That's a good answer.
Thank you.
That's why I have.
That was an intelligent answer.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, the hat makes it look more intelligent. Nothing but seriousness coming out of this guy right here. How's your little dingle doing?
You like that?
Sure. I got the next one from Michael. Hi. I think that's it.
Yep.
Right. Okay. So, personally, I would like to see a tone down of certain titles. How many Batman, Spider-Man, X-Men books are out now? With that, maybe some of us would read and collect more variety. There is probably a lot of good reading out there, but with how many comics coming out each month and the prices, not very doable for the majority of us. Just kind of like what you just said. Mm-hmm. Also, maybe make events once a year instead of every few months. And with the stable price on all books, reading the tie-ins might be a possibility. We just referred to the Batman and just how many Batman titles there are. There's I Am Batman. I Am an Imposter Batman. I think I might be Batman. I think that's a book that's coming out pretty soon. There's Batman and Robin. And there's Robin and Batman. And Robin and Batman.
Right. And Detective Comics.
And there's just so many, and it's just like, yeah, he's right. Which one do I follow? I'd recommend just following regular Batman, personally, myself, and very curious to see how Joshua Williamson is doing on the...
Yeah.
I didn't pick it up yet. I have to go to my shop and pick that up, but it can. Batman's obviously the biggest offender because everything's kind of tied into Batman.
Sure.
So the Batman universe with Robin, Nightwing, Joker. They're all tied in. You know, Reptile, Batman, Man Bat. You know, I mean, just come on. You know,
right.
That's 80% of their lineup is a Batman tie-in.
Yeah.
And it gets a little nuts. It is a little crazy. And when they're doing so many, our friend John, he's a Batman fanatic.
He's a Batman fanatic.
He buys every Batman. I mean, that guy's going broke.
It's a good time for that guy.
Yeah. I know he's going broke. He's got to be going broke because he buys all the variants and stuff too.
Right.
And he buys everything Batman related. I mean, his cars even. He's got Batman symbols on his car.
Batmobile, man.
Yeah. And he's just a little guy. But he's awesome.
He's amazing.
But he does. He buys every Batman pretty much related book that there is. And you know, his weekly pull list is growing every week because there's always a new Batman title.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It is crazy. You know, you know, people talk about fatigue on certain characters. Well, I don't think there's any fatigue because there are people out there like John who are going to buy everything. There are X-Men fans that are out there. They're going to buy every X book. And you know, to me, I have to be into the story, have to be into the artwork, and that's not on every book for me. And I do wish they would cut down on the amount of titles.
I don't think there's anything close to what they do for Batman.
No.
I mean, even though I think of Spiderman, okay, maybe Spiderman is 3 or 4. Batman's got like 25.
Yeah.
You know, it's just nuts.
It's crazy.
And it's always something new every week. So it's always when I do the preview video, the Batman has its own section.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, when it comes to that I would like to see a little, like the previous question, I'd like to see a little more continuity. If you're gonna put that many titles out, you can coordinate your Batman division, right? Especially when it comes to, you know, big events. On events, you should have some more continuity, but they don't even seem to have that. They're very loosely tied, so it's interesting.
All right, I got the next one from Amanda Sparger. Says, I would change accessibility. Kids today don't have access like I did back in the day. I love the spinner rack filled with multiple titles from Batman to Spider-Man to Archie comics. I'd hit the local 7-Eleven and get the 3 C's: Coke, candy, and comics.
Yes.
That was a lot of comments was that. I mean, that was just, probably 25% of the comments were accessibility for kids and wanting them to, you know, have access to books and stuff. And I was thinking about that. It's like, you know what a perfect thing would be? The True Believers at Dollar Tree.
Perfect example.
True Believers at Dollar Tree, or the dollar books at Dollar Tree, spinner rack in there. Because honestly, when I think about it, I think I see more kids go to a Dollar Tree than I do like to a 7-Eleven now because it's $1.
Right.
Okay. Obviously, they go in there, there's toilet aisle and all that stuff, and just put them in there.
Yeah.
You know, they're $1. You know, get a spinner rack, put them right by the door or whatever it is. You know, let kids steal them. I don't care. Just take them.
Well, I mean,
and here's the thing about that. You put a bunch of $1 True Believers, and you know what you don't get? You don't get the people out there, the speculators, going in and picking through all those racks.
Right.
Okay, because right now, this is what happens. 7-Eleven starts carrying books. You got Joe 9.8, who's going to get that spec book or whatnot, you know, and he's going to be driving through 7-Elevens for the next 2 hours, going to each one trying to find that book. And
as he's picking them over, he's crushing all the rest of the books.
Yeah. So, I mean, you eliminate that, and you just put the True Believers in there.
Yeah.
Because there's stuff you can just reprint, but it's actually something that would get people into reading books.
Yeah.
And they're great stories. Now, I just gave away like 3 boxes of True Believers that were Sam's to that family. I said, read these. Every one of these True Believers is something. They don't just make a random True Believer. It's a special event.
Yeah.
It's something significant in the world of Marvel. I said, read them. They're worth it.
Yeah,
you know?
I would. That's my thing. If there was anything I could change about the industry, it's exactly this: make it accessible for kids to get comic books again. You just get a perfect example, putting them inside of Dollar Tree. Here's the other thing I would do: instead of True Believers just printing keys, have them start doing runs. Yeah. Right, of reprints of, you know, popular titles, and then allow those kids to get into the continuity of what's going on inside of those books. Again, the spec guys out there are not going to be rushing out for it, but put them inside of the 7-Eleven. I want them in the 7-Eleven. Yeah. Put them in the Dollar Tree. Put them in the thrifty drugstore. Put them in Barnes and Nobles. You know, any of the magazine stands that are still left. Put them back on the magazine stands and make it accessible for kids to go by. And, you know I always say support your local comic shop. I'm all for that. But anytime we start talking about comics being in other stores, the LCSs go up in an uproar. Right, we should be able to have that business. Well, guess what? You failed, right? Because kids are not going inside of your store anymore.
Yeah.
They're not having a good time when they go inside of your store. It's not accessible to them the way it should be. Put them back in those areas, and that's their end to comics. And when they say, I want more of this, then they come into your store. All of a sudden, you got more business because of what's going on out there, and it's not affecting you.
Yeah.
That's the way I would do it.
Look at Bob.
Come on, I want the comics to be back again, man. You know, and it's just, if that was one thing I could do, it would be to turn that up so that accessibility for, like when I was a kid, right? Take them, roll them up, put it in your back pocket, ride your bike, go sit with your buddy, read your comic book, right? Play some marbles, take a bunch of his comic books.
Play some marbles?
Yeah, darn right. We used to play marbles, and whoever would win, we take comic books.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. All right.
What did you do? Play Uno? Just kidding. Go ahead.
I did play Uno with my grandmother. All right, I got the next one here. This is from DC Patrol. It says, I guess the most immediate thing I would change is I would like my LCS to listen to me. I pre-order and subscribe to titles. I send them a list every week of the covers I want, along with any additional books I may want. I'm doing my best to ensure that I get what I want, what I'm willing to pay for, and still I don't know what I'm going to get. The books may be spent or not even there. Books I have never ordered are in his box. I try talking to them each week. It's, yep, we got it, but I feel like now that they know me and know that I don't put up a fuss, they just don't care. I felt bad for DC Patrol because I'm assuming that this shop that he goes to is probably his only option. Because I'm assuming if he had a different option, he'd probably be using that by now.
Yeah. If
he still has a problem. But here's the thing, man. We were running into the same problem. We had a gentleman at the, no disrespect to him, but I'll just be honest, at Things from Another World. That gentleman is no longer there. It really, it was pretty much, yep, sure, we got you. No.
Oh yeah, and
it was just
flat out lying.
Yeah, like no, and you wouldn't get your books. They'd be on the shelf.
They'd be on the shelf. You'd say, I didn't get them. I'm looking straight at it across.
They're on the shelf.
Yeah.
And it just, that place wasn't a good fit for him. I'll just say that. And it didn't work out, and hopefully he's no longer there, and hopefully he's found something that he fits better in and stuff like that. Because in general, I thought he was a nice guy. It's just that atmosphere didn't work to his benefit. And I'm really trying to be nice.
Yeah. Steve, we still miss you.
Yeah, Steve was great. Steve, he left to go to Florida. And he took care of us, and he was like, when he said, yeah, we got you, we knew it. He did. His predecessor, whatever it was, unfortunately was not up to the task. Steve set a high bar, and he just couldn't live up to it and stuff. And it was frustrating enough for eventually Bob left and went to a different shop.
I did.
I stuck it out because I just did, and eventually I yelled at the guy, to be honest, and it was about something else. But he quit like a week later. Because once you get yelled at by Bueller, you're like, this might not be where I want to be.
That's right.
And the next day I went in there, he's like, I'm quitting. I'm like, oh, okay. Sorry, man. But, he irritated me. And it wasn't, it was something a little different, but it was it wasn't cool what he did.
Yeah.
And I called him on it. I don't think he was expecting me to call him on it and stuff like that. And it just wasn't a good fit for him. And then the guy who kind of took over for him has stepped up and done a pretty good job. And my hat's off to the people there now. I think they cover their bases. And if there is a mistake, they tend to make it good. So anyway, we understand what you're talking about, DC Patrol. If you had another option, I'd say take it. But it doesn't sound like you do. If you want me to yell at them, just give me the number. I'll do it.
That's a service you should start to offer.
But they might close after that.
Right.
People are yelling at us.
Wait, just make sure you just roll into town.
I mean, it wasn't like a mean yell, but it was just like a forceful.
Yeah.
Hey, and the people are like.
In an LCS,
Yeah. A couple of little people are like, what?
What just happened?
I was just dropping some truthful knowledge in an authoritative voice.
Right. Exactly.
There was no profanity, nothing like that. It was just like, you know what? I'm disappointed in you.
There we go. I love it.
All right, you got the next one.
All right, next one comes from Marvin Wynn. He says, the industry leaders need to do more to push people to comic book shops. Multiple times a year, they have the attention of millions with movies based on comics. Those movies should be used to push people to comic shops. They should have a message at the end of the movie directing people to their nearest shops. The theaters themselves should be teaming up with local shops. And there needs to be a change to an ecosystem of comics where each section feeds the other.
Absolutely. You know who Marvin is?
No.
He's the creator of The Edge for Second Sight Publishing.
Oh, cool deal.
So he's the creator of a comic book, and here that's his response to this question. That's really why I wanted to read it. He's a fan of Marvel. Obviously, he's grew up with comic books. He's making his own comic books now.
Yeah.
And he sees what needs to be done, and so what he said there holds a little bit more weight to me because I've known him, and he's a friend of mine and stuff like that, and he's in the industry. And he firsthand, he's like, hey, why doesn't this happen?
Yeah, I recognize the name, I just didn't remember where from.
So, I mean, it's basically you scratch my back, I scratch yours,
Yeah.
what he's asking for. Right now, all we've been doing is scratch. The comic book shops have been scratching away for years. And then, like, the movie theater's like, oh, it feels so good.
Yeah.
It's like, no, man, turn around and give us some loving.
Absolutely. Turn around.
Anyway, when a picture in my mind, I was like, oh, I gotta redo that one. But,
Oh my gosh.
but no, I understand what he's saying, and I think everyone else does. I think that everything
Yeah.
kind of leads to the movies and points you in that direction, and it doesn't point it doesn't point back.
Yeah.
And it needs to. You know, there's no reason why they can't put a 30-second commercial. Go to your local comic shop, buy this book, Avengers.
Yeah.
You know, it's their money.
Exactly.
You know, why not? You know, or just, I don't know. If the day comes that happens, great. If it doesn't happen, honestly, if it hasn't happened by now, it probably not going to happen.
No.
Which is sad, but you know, maybe some new management.
Yeah, you know, I haven't asked this question yet, but you know they have that new Avengers like place at Disneyland.
Yeah.
Right. I'm wondering in all of that, do they actually sell comics there?
I don't know.
I mean, they own Marvel.
Yeah.
And can you guys leave a comment down in the comment section? Let us know. Or do they sell comics at the Avengers compound at Disney or California Adventures or whatever it is? Because they own Marvel.
Yeah.
Are they putting stock into their own stuff and actually selling comics? I'd be interested to see that.
I don't know.
Good question.
Maybe we should go to Disneyland and check
Maybe
it out.
we should.
Yeah. All right, I got the last one.
All right.
This is from Weston Conic. He said, I would change variants in general. Get rid of the historic exclusives, and then all the B plus covers, just the cover A with issue number 1 or milestone issues getting a 1 in 25. That's it. It hurts comic shop as well as floods the market with, oh, you just said the word shit, so I just said it too. You know what? I have a love-hate relationship with variants myself. I've said this many times, it's no big deal, but I don't have a problem with variants in general. I have a problem with the amount of variants on certain stuff. They've started actually to cut back a little bit because of the paper shortages and some other stuff, and some covers getting canceled. Every now and then you'll get a book out there that gets a bunch of them again. There's some new regulations to store exclusives that they put out there. Some of the publishers, like Image, is like, hey, you know, with the paper shortages and everything going on, if you get a bunch of damages, we can't guarantee that we can replace them, so you're stuck. And if you want to take that risk, you can, but if not, then we don't recommend doing it. They're cutting down the amount of variants for like Spawn, for 1. They're only doing 2 for those. So some things are changing. So the amount of variants are starting to slow down a little bit, and there's a little bit more risk involved for the stores to do exclusive variants. So I think you'll see a change in that. And I know that Boom, I think they're changing their variant policy as well. And the prices are kind of going up also to get these variants. I was just talking to a publisher just this weekend about doing another one. And the price to do the variant is, you know, probably about 30% more than what it was a year ago. And which I get, no problem. But I don't have a problem with store exclusives if the store realizes their audience. And I like store exclusives that are, if they know their audience well enough, they know that they can, you know, online store exclusive, that's a little different. But like I'm talking about store exclusive, your local shop, if they decide to do it, they're going to gauge their clientele and say, can my clientele support me doing an exclusive cover?
Right.
If they can, then there's no reason why they shouldn't do it.
Sure.
Okay, and I have no problem with that. The online retailers they have to do the same thing. They have to sit there and look and say, okay, is it? Do I have a clientele base that will buy these books so they're not stuck there? they know more than I do. And if they do, great. But if they don't want to be stuck with a bunch of extra ones.
Right.
I don't like the Marvel and DC for that matter with I mean, you got to make a lot of books. And it's a big chunk. I mean, it's much more easier for me to go to Image and say, Image, I want to do this, 500 copies. Or Second Sight Publishing, and they have an option for 200 copies. Great. I can get it in the door and buy 200 copies. I go to Marvel, 2,000 copies.
Right.
You know, or 3,000 copies. Same thing with DC. That's a big, huge number. And can I sell that many? No, I can't.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. I know I can sell 100 or 200, but I can't sell 2,000. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm just going to be sitting on the majority of them at the end of the day.
Right.
So I enjoy the exclusives that you're able to make a small print run, make a little bit extra money, you know, give it to your customer, your clientele base that wants it. Because they're not going to buy it if they don't want it. And especially if you're a local shop and you're able to make something for your clients that you know that they're going to like, then you should do it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my thoughts on that. There's a lot of people about variants, talk about the amount of variants. They are, like I said, I believe they are kind of going down in comparison to maybe a year ago or maybe a couple of years ago. Whether that's the case going forward, I don't know. But because of what's going on, that is the case.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I just don't. You know, whenever I've had a problem, it's been like X-Men 1 comes out and there's 55 variants. That's when I've been like, give me a break.
Yeah.
You know, and you don't need that many. Eternals was another one. Eternals came out with like 60 variants,
and
none of them
not
were
good variants.
Yeah, they weren't that great. It's like you just 60 bad looking variants. You know?
Yeah.
And
I mean, if there was anything about variants that I would change, it would be that. I mean, come on, you know, go ahead and put your variants out, but have somebody in the editing department saying, okay, this is a cover that will sell. This is a flashy cover.
Yeah.
And don't just flood the market with a bunch of bad covers
Yeah.
that nobody's going to buy. You know, I mean, or maybe somebody did. I mean, if you did, that's your thing. But really, you know, my thing, I like, on the positive side of this, I like the choice.
Yeah.
I like that there are great covers out there that if one grabs me, you know, other than the main cover, I can get that. You know, behind me inside of my Bob Cave, I got a bunch of the comic book frames. I love displaying comic art. Yeah. And that's a way for me to do that, to put a bunch of different variants inside of there. And I love that aspect of collecting. Is it too much? Maybe. Yeah. But I do like the choice. Of being able to, you know, get something other than what was originally published, and it's, you know, a nice looking piece of art.
Yeah.
So
the ones I hate the most are the 1 in 500 green
cover,
green butt crack variant. It's not. There's no art involved. It's just literally like a texture of green. Right. It's not even a blank. It's got like the little designs, like a web or whatever. You know.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about, like a galaxy variant, like 1 in 500. I'm like, give me a break.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you know, because there's not even an artist involved in that. You know, the other ones, at least there's an artist behind that.
Right, and you're going to make a comic shop buy 500 copies just to get that stupid variant.
Yeah, the purple people eater one.
Right, whatever it is.
So, you know what? Personally, it's me thinking that's the last of our comments. You know, I really just kind of wanted to leave it to you guys and hear what you guys had to say about this one. I mean, I talk all the time about things I would change and do differently and stuff. And price was another big one that we talked about last week and stuff.
Quality.
But when I think about it, you know, it's at least it's here.
Yeah.
You know, at least that there is a market. At least that when the crash happened in the '90s, it didn't fade away and wasn't gone. At least there's something here, and I'm trying to look at a glass half full right now. I mean, I asked the question, what would you change? It's my question I asked.
Sure.
But I'm just like, at least it's here, and I get to sit here and talk to you guys, talk to Bob about comic books, and keep the lights on. So, I mean, it's pretty damn good.
It is.
So, anyway. Anything from you there?
No, I pretty much said my piece about what I would change in the industry, and that's something I've wanted for a long time. You know, make it possible for all those kids to get comic books again and create new comic collectors, right? Because right now we don't have new collectors coming in, and we do, but it's very, very minimal. Yeah. And I'd like to see it boom again.
Awesome. So that's our topic, brought to you by Black Box Comics. Go to their website, blackboxcomics.net, enter the code Bueller. You save 10%. You buy a bunch of books and stuff like that.
Can't beat that.
All right, let's move on to our final five, brought to you by Bird City Comics website. 10% off, Bueller code, all that good stuff. Bob, go for it.
All right. So this comes out of some of my recent Silver Age pickups. and I love all these. This is a run of Strange Tales. This is issue number 161. And then we got issue number 162. We have issue number 163. It's a great Steranko cover there.
Nice.
Issue number 164. And issue 165, another great Steranko cover there. And there's some great Strange Tales stuff.
Steranko goodness. Right?
Steranko goodness.
He's just a little dude too.
He is. Great toupee though.
I don't know if I would have said that. All right, I got something really special here that I'm pretty excited to share this. So I got well, I'll just show them. So the recount, here is number 4. This is going to be the whole set. The recount, there's number 4. Here is number 3. And here is number 2. This is one of my favorite series. They're making a volume 2 right now.
Nice.
Here is number 1. And here is number 1, and this is personalized to me from Jonathan Hedrick, who is the creator of this book.
Nice.
And I want to say congratulations to Jonathan. This book has just been optioned for a movie deal. And, I was asked the other day, creators who are my friends, Jonathan is a friend. He's actually, I consider him to be a friend. I've talked to him times. I've met him in person a couple times. Really good guy. Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. I congratulated him. I've been on the series for day 1. And to know that it got picked up for a movie option is fantastic. He's done some other books that I've talked about. Capable is one of them. But really cool. Congratulations, Jonathan. You deserve it. Looking forward to volume 2. Looking forward to a future unnamed project that I might have a little something to do with.
Oh, wow.
Which I don't know if I get a credit for or something like that. Wink, wink, hint, hint.
Know what I mean?
There you go. Put things together.
There we go.
But awesome, man. I'm very excited for him and for that to happen to a guy and just an all-out good dude. So, friend of mine. So, congratulations. Great book. There you go. That's my final 5. Brought to you by Bird City Comics.
Great final 5.
Website, 10% Bueller. You got it. All right, let's go to our Was It Good segment brought to you by Comics on Coffee. They've gone away with the Bueller code, Christmas code, 20% off. You can use Bueller later. So anyway, I don't have my books. I never went to my comic shop.
Oh,
so
that's
we're
right.
gonna have to do some digital stuff here.
Some digital stuff.
Yeah, let's do yours first.
All right.
All right, let me see these good stuff right there. Ooh, look at this. I read this one.
Yeah.
I'll take these down. All right, here we go. Bob, the first one on your Was It Good is Devil's Reign, number 1 of 6. Bob.
Yeah.
Was it good?
It was good. I mean, I think the thing I like the best about it is that it remains in continuity with what's been going on in Daredevil. You get back into the strong ones. You get into, where Wilson Fisk is at as mayor. Of course, you got Daredevil and Elektra both now on the street. But you got this thing where Fisk has basically declared war on superheroes, and he's trying to make it impossible for them to act in the same. I agree with Robbie. We've seen this before in Civil War, the Registration Act and all that type of stuff. But I think this is going to go a little bit different. When we get to the end of this book, we got this thing with the Purple Man, and I think that's going to blow things wide open, and it'll take a different direction. So it felt familiar territory. It didn't feel like it was anything special or big. But when we get to the end, there's some possibilities there that I'm kind of excited to see what they do with it. So there's nothing wrong with it. The execution of it is really good. It just wasn't anything that wowed me.
Yeah. And this has taken the place of Daredevil for a while.
For a while, yeah.
I read it. I thought it was okay. There's a big variety of people in there.
Yeah,
large cast. I mean, pretty much all the Marvel Universe shows up at one point during that book. So
sure.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Your next one here is called Scumbag number 7 or Silver Coin number 7.
You might as well have called it that.
This is about gambling in Vegas. And who knows? There's more than just gambling in Vegas.
This is true.
So, how'd you feel about the porno stuff in here? Was it good?
Let's just say this wasn't my flavor of comic book.
Yeah.
And to tell you the truth, I love Rob V's writing. I really do. But that stuff being in there, I was like, yeah, okay. Does it have to be in there? No. But when it got to the end of the book, I can't.
What do you mean it doesn't have? Yeah, it does.
For you, maybe, not for me.
Vegas is gambling. Vegas, baby.
All right. Okay. Anyway, when I got to the end of the book, I can't even say that I understood what really happened.
Yeah.
Was the guy's soul in that coin? Was it the coin planted from the very beginning? It was gruesome. Great ending the way it ended. But I'm just not sure how I feel about the book, so I can't say good or bad.
What if the naked stuff was out there? Would it make you like it better?
I still would have been in a place of I don't really fully understand what you're trying to do here.
Yeah.
But I mean, the execution of it all the way up until the end, I thought was great.
Yeah. Well, the naked stuff made it my pick of the week.
There you go. Now we know. Why are not all your books Dynamite books?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, there you go. Silver coin, scumbag, whatever it is. We got Shino Kaji, number 5, one of your favorite samurai books from Black Box Comics.
Yeah.
Bob.
Yeah.
Was it good?
It was. It was really good. And in the very beginning, I was a little skeptical because they took a different direction than I was expecting them to go. But it paid off, and it was glorious. I absolutely loved it. The action inside of this is amazing. There is a flashback inside of here and a betrayal, and when we find out in the end, how that all culminates. I absolutely enjoyed it. This is definitely my favorite book coming out from Black Box right now. I can't praise it enough.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. It was so it's good.
Very cool. Right up your alley.
Right up my alley.
All right, so these are the ones I read this week there, if you just want to read those off and pretend.
All right, so the first book is Crossover, number 10 from Image Comics, and Bueller.
Yes, Bob?
Was it good?
It was great.
Yeah?
I actually kind of spoiled it for people.
Did
I
you?
didn't think they'd realize it. So far I've been okay. Actually, at the end of that book, in spoilers, Donnie Cates is in it. And he's locked in the cell, and he's been there, and everything's going on. He's like pictures of his wife on the back on the thing. I took a picture of that because I read it last week, and I blew it up so you just saw the face, but you wouldn't know who it was.
Right.
And I stuck it on my Instagram. And I'm like, new comic book days this Wednesday, but nobody knew who it was. Mm-hmm. I only told one person who it was, but nobody said a word. They couldn't figure it out. And sure enough, it's Donnie Cates,
right,
making his appearance in the book and stuff like that. So I liked it. I'm really enjoying Crossover. It's a series I sold during my auction. I've gone back and rebought it now because I really enjoyed it again. Mm-hmm. And actually, it's the one I'm enjoying most from him right now. Is
very cool.
Is Crossover. So there you go. Be on the lookout for issue 12, like I've been saying for like a year and a half.
All right.
I could be wrong.
We'll see what happens.
But there you go. That was great. Fun story. Donnie Cates shows up. Good stuff.
Very cool. All right, next one is Basilisk, number 5. I think this is also by Image Comics, right?
No, that's Boom.
Boom Studios.
Yeah.
Okay, from Boom Studios. And Bueller, was it good?
Not really. I read number 1 when it came out, and honestly, I was just looking for something to read that I had a copy of the other day for a show and stuff, and that number 5 was on there. I was like, oh, I'll give it a shot and see what they're doing and stuff, and it still didn't grab me. It's just it's a superhero type thing, but darker, obviously. Mm-hmm. And just the characters don't interest me that much. And maybe that's because I haven't read the other 3 issues or whatnot. But even the first one didn't grab me when I read it. So this one didn't do it either. So I'm glad I just checked up on it because it seemed like it hadn't been out for a while. Mm-hmm. And I'm probably not going to read anymore.
I actually liked the first one.
Yeah.
I ended up taking the book off my pull list because I just was taking my pull list down. But that's sad. I was hoping it would continue to be good. It sounds.
I had trouble pronouncing the name.
All right, Basilisk.
Show off.
Come on, I was taught by Bill Sienkiewicz. Anyway.
Sienkiewicz.
All right, next one is Silver Coin.
Loved it. Loved it.
There we go.
At least 3 pages of it.
So now we know, was it good?
I didn't read it, I just looked at the pages.
Just looked at the pages, especially that center fold, right?
Yes.
Yes. There you have it. Red lights.
There you go.
Flesh everywhere.
There you go. Can I have my card back?
Yes, you can.
Thank you so much, sir. Yeah, exactly. Loved it. There you go. So what are you going to read next week?
Okay, so next week, let's see. I completely forgot here.
Newburn.
Oh, that's right. Newburn number 2. Berserker number 6, and Batgirl's number 1.
There you go.
Yeah.
How do I know this?
Well, because I told you when we got there, written down.
I'm going to read Hulk 2.
Uh-huh.
We'll see where that's going. King Spawn number 5, I believe that comes out. Either that one or the Gunslinger Spawn. One of those is coming out. I'll read one of those. And then the Wastelanders Wolverine number 1. And I was just telling you, there was supposed to be a Hawkeye one. I never saw it. And I haven't been able to find a new release date. So I don't know if they canceled it. Did it come out and I missed it? I don't think I did.
Yeah, I didn't see it on the shelf.
But so I'm going to be reading Wastelanders number 1 Wolverine because it has Hawkeye in it.
Huh.
And I don't know. I think it's some event that maybe they're just kind of goofing around with. So
yeah, the one I'm most excited about next week is Newburn number 2. I really enjoyed that first issue.
Yeah, you like that detective stuff, right?
Hey, it was good.
There you go. So that's what we're going to be reading, and maybe some other stuff as well.
Yeah.
But it should be pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, so that's our Was It Good segment brought to you by Comics on Coffee. Christmas, 20% off all the coffee goodness.
Absolutely.
There you go. Let's go to our random thoughts, brought to you by our lovely Patreon members and Scout Comics and the Whatnot people at the Whatnot thing.
Whatnot.
So let's talk about Hawkeye and the latest episode.
Yeah.
That you just love.
I do.
Do you stay up late at night to watch it?
I do. I do not want it to be spoiled for me.
So you're
Tuesday night?
Yeah.
Midnight?
Yeah, 12:01.
That's right.
Click.
Hey, my prediction.
Were you hating life when they were struggling with the WandaVision one where it wasn't working? Yeah, click wouldn't play. Click wouldn't play.
No, because I didn't wait up for that one.
Oh, you didn't.
Right?
Yeah.
This one I've been waiting up for because I'm
so
excited.
let's talk about that. So it's late at night.
Uh-huh.
You're sitting there on your couch.
Yeah.
You got a little bag of chips.
Yep.
You got a little pop.
Yep.
Sitting there all cozy.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So now you got the stage set, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So not this week, but last week when they showed the hand. Right, I jumped out of my chair. Right?
All about hand.
So this is my prediction, because Spider-Man No Way Home is coming out this next week, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right, I believe that on Tuesday night, we're going to see Wilson Fisk, and it's going to blow up. And then the next day, when Spider-Man No Way Home comes out, we're going to see Matt Murdock, and then we're going to know that Daredevil's back, baby. That's all I care about. Enough said. All right.
You like that guy that plays Daredevil, huh?
I do. I think Charlie Cox is amazing.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
For me, it was all about that very first episode.
I really wanted Richard Gere.
Gosh, come on, man.
To play Daredevil.
Now, Charlie Cox hooked me that very first episode when he's in the confessional booth and he's asking forgiveness for what he's about to do. But when he starts talking about his dad and the tear falls, I was like, this is my Daredevil. And he nailed it. Absolutely.
Right. Richard Gere could do the same thing.
Richard Gere.
So what do you think about the latest episode?
I enjoyed it. I knew that at some point we were going to get, the Christmas nostalgia, because I'd seen interviews where they talked about how much they were singing on set and things like that, and because it was filmed during Christmas time, they couldn't help get into the spirit of it. So the whole, her bringing movies and stuff like that, making it all festive, and the hijinks there. I enjoyed the whole bit. Yeah. Of course, in the end, we finally get spoilers. We finally get the Yelena Belova coming in since her appearance in Black Widow.
Yeah, she's the sister.
She's the sister, and of course in the cut scene at the very end of that, we know.
Why does she want to kill Hawkeye? It doesn't make any sense.
Because basically, Hawkeye, they're making it sound like he was responsible for.
He tried to save her.
Of course, Natasha's death, but that's when you have somebody like I forget who the lady is.
Sometimes people just need to talk it out. What the hell?
Now, would you buy a comic book where they didn't fight and they just sat down and talked it out?
Yeah, I love those.
You like that, huh?
Yeah. They just need to talk a little bit. Obviously he didn't kill her. And obviously he's done some pretty good things.
Right.
Just
drink a cup of tea and let's talk about it.
You got Elaine Bennis out there causing problems. Freaking Elaine.
But I'll tell you what I didn't enjoy is that because of the fact that they brought Echo in to that fight at the end, I think it overshadowed the impact of Yelena Belova being revealed there. Because they were trying to highlight Kate Bishop, they were trying to highlight Echo, and then try to introduce her at the same time. And I would have much rather have had a much cleaner introduction for her coming into that episode, because she just looked like she was any other character.
Yeah.
So.
All right, I watched it. I liked it. That was fun. This is by far my favorite series.
Oh, for sure.
It's charming. I said that last week, and it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
And it's halfway done.
can't believe it.
Yeah.
I think we're only going. I think it's more than halfway done. I think this one is shorter. I think it's only 6 to 8 episodes. Yeah.
I hope it's 8. I want it to be 8.
Yeah.
8 is enough.
8 is enough.
Is it?
I don't know. You got a bowl cut?
What? Anyway, I'm enjoying it. I don't know. Obviously, this week is Monday. Mm-hmm. Spider-Man comes out this week. I know you'll be there day one.
Yep.
In your Spidey outfit.
Not my Spidey outfit.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I'll be there in my Daredevil outfit.
It's weird. But you know what? You're excited. You'll tell me all about it.
Yeah.
You'll tell me all the spoilers. That's kind of what you do. I tell you to do it.
You tell me to do it.
Yeah, because I don't go see movies and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But you're excited. You're anticipating to see the other Spider-Man as well?
I am.
Okay. Daredevil?
Yep.
Mephisto?
Nope.
No Mephisto?
No Mephisto.
Let's see, who else? Kingpin?
Kingpin.
Maybe?
Maybe.
Yeah, what if they just throw everyone off and Wolverine pops up?
That'd be great too. Chink.
I didn't expect that one.
Yep.
So, do you think Mary Jane dies?
Don't know.
Don't know?
You know, don't care.
Don't care. Well, that's mean.
I don't think she dies. Okay. I have somebody came up with a theory that they're going to bait and switch us, and it's actually Ned, the one that's going to hit, and he's going to die. But we'll see.
Ned is a character. He's the Hobgoblin.
Yeah, well, maybe in one universe, but so far not in this one.
Well, he's just a high school kid.
I know.
You look at it, Greg.
We'll see what happens.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to you telling me what happens. So
me too.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else we got? Any random thoughts? Oh, I'll tell you guys about the bus. I got my seats. Nice for the kitchen or for the couch and everything, and the table. It's all set up now. It's actually like a real thing. And,
so come on, invite me over. We'll play cards in the bus.
Yeah, I keep telling you to come over. He literally lives where the bus is. He could walk there.
Seriously?
Well, maybe not you, but a regular person could walk there. It's closer than what we are here.
Interesting.
So what we're on right now, it's closer.
Yeah.
So I mean, Damien.
So when you're there after
Damien came over.
When you're there after
John came over.
Just say, "Hey, Bob, I'm over here now. Why don't you come on over?"
Yeah.
It's got to be after like 3:30.
Whatever, dude. I've seen you. I've seen you other places. It's just right down the street. A regular person could walk there. Not us.
Stop trying to guilt trip me.
Not us.
No, I wouldn't be able to do it.
But yeah, we got the seats in, so that's pretty cool. We just got those just the other day. Thank you everyone for helping support the bus and stuff like that. So I think we'll be done by the end of the month for the most part.
That's amazing.
And all the good stuff. So I'm excited. I'll take some pictures this week and show it to you guys on Instagram. So just follow me on there. So that's pretty good. I want to say once again, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's way cool.
Winner. I don't know if you guys can see it there. I'll take a picture and show it up there. But best show ever. There can only be one.
There can only be one.
This is the one.
There can only be one Highlander.
This is the one. We're gonna retire this show undefeated.
There we go.
There you go. It's like winning the championship belt and then like I quit. I'm done. You're good. So
what more do you need?
Yeah, there you go. All right, that's all I got. Anything else?
No, nothing else right now. I'll probably be dropping a review video before this comes out, so stay tuned for that. And then I got another haul video coming up, and then I will probably be taking a break for the Christmas break.
There you go.
And coming back after the first of the year. But other than that, check out Everything Comics. Appreciate you guys' support.
Yeah.
Cool.
But that's about. I don't got nothing else.
Yeah.
So anyway, Christmas for Comics on Coffee, 20% off. Bird City Comics, all them. Blackboxcomics.net. You guys got it.
Yeah.
You want to take us out?
Yeah. Before we take us out, I just wanted to give a special shout out to Jason, my good buddy from Heroes to Icons. His family contracted COVID in the last couple of weeks, and they've been struggling through it. So just Jason, I want to let you know that we're thinking about you, and you're in our prayers, buddy.
Jason's a good dude. I have some wonderful artwork for him.
Absolutely. He's a really, really good friend.
Yep.
So don't forget to like and subscribe. You know what to do. We'll see you next time.